How's it going, guys? HexHD here with my NHL 17 Q&A. In this video, guys, I'm going to be answering your questions about NHL 17, whether it's just something you don't know the answer to, or maybe just something you need more clarification on. The first question here, guys, can we multi-select players when trading now? So I did ask about this as I couldn't remember, and the answer is no. You still have to select each player individually, which kind of sucks, but it's also not the biggest issue. Next, guys, we have what will the returning user rewards be like in NHL 17? So obviously, when I played the game, I wasn't a returning user, so I have no idea. But I do believe there should still be a returning user reward, as there has been like the last 4 years. Don't see why they would stop. Next, guys, we have, will there be any changes in terms of completing collections on HUT, or will it just be packs as rewards? So there's a big change, obviously. This guy mustn't know. There's the HUT sets now. So instead of a collection where you like turn in all the Red Wings players and then you get like 10 packs, now you do the Red Wings set where you have to turn in like X Red Wings cards. They're gone forever once you change them in, but then you get like a really sick reward. I'm not sure what it'll be. There's also like different stuff. There's like obviously going to be coins. There's going to be probably packs. There's going to be like the trophies, which are like the tokens. There'll be players. There'll be a ton of different rewards you can get from sets. Next, we have, will the new Oilers arena be in the game? I'm not 100% on this, but I'm pretty sure it will be. I don't think they're going to have the Oilers playing at the Rexall Center when in real life they're playing in the new arena, so I'd have to believe the new arena will be in the game. The next question, guys, is any news about a soundtrack? And there's big news, actually, and that is that the soundtrack is returning. You can actually see Rammer confirmed it here. Someone asked, basically, will there be a soundtrack in NHL 17? He says yes. I already knew this. I know some of the songs in the soundtrack, so there'll be a soundtrack, so be excited for that. Next, guys, we have the packs and HUT, so the same ones from NHL 16. So no, obviously, NHL 17 has new packs. They look different. They contain different cards. One cool thing is that the consumable cards are no longer rare. So every consumable card in the game is a non-rare, which means the only rare cards in the game are players and possibly coaches. I'm not sure what the coaches thing, but that also means that you now get less rare cards in a pack. But I still think packs should be better overall, so that's a little teaser for you guys, something to look forward to. Next question, is the player customization more improved, hair, head, etc. this year? Customization is obviously a huge thing this year between like the players, the arenas, everything like that. Customization now is huge. It's much better, much improved. Obviously last year I think you picked like your guy's head, so it included his face, his hair. You didn't get to customize any of it. Now you can customize everything: his eyes, his nose, his mouth, his ears, his hair, whatever you want to do, his beard. You can customize it all. It's definitely improved. In HUT, is there 3-on-3 lines so I can set up 2 forwards and just 1 D-man instead of it being just 1 forward like 15, which I hated. Unfortunately, as far as I know, you can't set up your 3-on-3 line in HUT. I went through the HUT lineups and like set up my whole line, and there wasn't an option for 3-on-3. I'm sure maybe they could add that in a patch, but for now, as far as I know, you can't set up your 3-on-3 line. It's just going to be like your best forward on line 1 with like your two defensemen from the line 1D pair. Next question here, guys, does the gameplay feel different from NHL 16? So I'm not sure how much I can get into this as they haven't showed any actual gameplay yet, but I will say that overall the gameplay felt faster to me. They're not done tuning the game yet, so who knows if that'll actually be how it is when you buy the game, but from my experience, the gameplay overall felt faster. Next here, guys, what do you think will be the most played game mode? Personally, no lie, I think it might be EASHL. It's definitely going to be either EASHL or HUT. And I think they've done a lot this year. Some stuff they haven't even showed you guys yet with EASHL. That's going to make a lot of people want to play it. And it's going to be a close race between HUT and EASHL, of course. You got the HUT draft. Even though I don't think the HUT draft counts as HUT. So I think that I wouldn't count that. So you still have sets and everything for HUT. But yeah, I think EASHL could beat out HUT. It's definitely going to be one of the two. Next, guys, somebody asked, when will NHL 17 come out? So according to the EB Games website, guys, the release date for NHL 17 is September 13th, 2016, which makes sense. For the last like 10 years, NHL has come out the second Tuesday of September. If you check the calendar, September 13th is the second Tuesday of September. So I think that's pretty much the date for the release. Also, right here, you guys can see a look at the price for it. $79.99 for the regular edition and $99.99 for the deluxe edition. Will probably be like extra packs and HUT. This, of course, is in Canadian prices. Also, I think someone asked if you can pre-order it right now, and as you guys can see, you can indeed pre-order right now if you wish to. Next question here, guys, for the franchise mode, is there an expansion type of mode to it, kind of like what's happening where you have an expansion draft? Now, I wish there was. I was really pushing for this, but basically, I want to wait and see what actually happens with the expansion draft. There's obviously constantly dialogue between like the league and the players and the GMs about what the expansion draft should be. As far as I know, there's still not like a concrete expansion draft. Like, I've seen so many different people saying different things for what it'll be, so I think no one actually knows for sure what the expansion draft's going to be, and so I think they want to wait for that, especially too, I think they want to maybe wait till Vegas is a team, and then they can put Vegas in the game and have like you do your own expansion draft. But yeah, for now, the expansion draft isn't in the game. Next question here, guys, from Tony Ferrelli. Did Nuge TV break the game again? As far as I know, the game's not broken, but if it does break, you guys can definitely go and blame Nuge. This guy here asked, will there be a beta? So I'm not sure about that, but I mean, the last 5 years has either been a demo or a beta, so you gotta assume there'll be one or the other. CJ Castlerock asks, is the Draft Champions free or is there a fee? So is it like Madden or FIFA? It's like Madden, it's free to play, and you can play as many times as you want. I think there might be like a cooldown on it, but it's still free to enter, so obviously that's awesome. You don't have to worry about like getting the 15K or whatever you need to do the FIFA draft. Next person asks, has potential been changed in franchise/BAGM? So the potential system's the same. It's still like high franchise, high elite, medium, top 6, etc. But obviously they have changed players' potential based on how they played over the last season. So Lonnie and Puljujarvi's potential should be higher, and other guys who you think maybe potential was too high should now be lower. So I think they did a good job changing the potentials for what they should be to accurately represent the player. Next question here, guys. Will there be prizes in HUT if you win Draft Champions? So obviously there will be. There's 4 games. If you win all 4, you get the best prize. And if you lose the first game, you're out and you get the worst prize. But there definitely will be prizes for Draft Champions. Now that we can see all stats that are upgraded, will we also see upgraded stats because of a coach? So first things first, coaches no longer give you like the +2 all. I covered this in my synergies video, so this guy definitely didn't watch it. Coaches are going to have synergy boost like other coaches, but let's say like your coach synergy boost was on and it was like let's just say it was +2 all, and then you clicked on the player details to look at all of his stats. It's not going to say +2 next to it, but like if you say his skating's 90, you have that synergy activated, you know the skating's 92. I guess for whatever reason they just couldn't show that in the HUT team build menu. Next question here, will we be able to upgrade arena seating, bathrooms, etc. like Madden franchise mode? Yes, you will. So obviously with the owner mode, I think it's called, in NHL, you can upgrade your arena. You can upgrade all of it. You can upgrade like the parking, the seats, the bathrooms, the hot dogs, the jerseys, all that stuff. You get to pick the prices. You get to upgrade things, you repair things. So it's pretty cool, and it's pretty expansive. I think there's a lot to do in the new GM mode. Next question here, can people change their player height in ESHL? So this is something we did talk about. At the end of the day, we decided just to have the ESHL builds where it's like a preset build. You can't change anything with it. And I think it's basically to promote competitive play. And, you know, people who maybe get the game at Christmas aren't behind on people who got the game on the release date. What would you say the biggest change to the game would be since NHL 16? For me, the biggest change, I think, is the customization. Like I was saying earlier, you have ESHL customization with all your, like, player look. You obviously have, like, the jersey customization. You have the arena customization. You have so much more customization in this game. I think that's probably the biggest thing in my mind. Next, guys, we have, are there any plans to implement esports? So, obviously, with the preset builds in ESHL, it's pretty obvious they're trying to promote more competitive play. I know Madden's huge on esports right now. I think they have like $1 million prize pool or something. So, I'm sure NHL will come up with something to try and promote, you know, more competitive play. Next here, guys, we have a franchise mode of contract extensions during the midseason. So, unfortunately, no, you still have to do the contract extensions during the offseason, but I know it is something they're working on. Hopefully we can see that in NHL 18. Next here, do you have to unlock customized jerseys in ESHL? So no, you don't have to unlock the customized jersey. Like, you can immediately customize your jersey, but you do have to unlock different logos and things like that. So like, you start off kind of like with like kind of crappy jersey. You can't really do much with it. I think it's just like letters you have access to, and then over time you get to unlock better logos, better things like that. Will all official international jerseys be included? Need Team Great Britain. So the only official international jerseys that will be included are the 8 teams in the World Cup, so the official Canada jersey, etc., etc. Team Great Britain, for instance, is still just going to have the generic flag on the front, unfortunately. Can you create jerseys in HUT and or customize your home arena in HUT? So no, as far as I know, you have to still use like a jersey card and arena card. You can't actually customize anything like that in HUT, but you can do all that in both ESHL and the GM mode or the owner mode. Will there be more legends available? So again, not sure on this one, but I think the last 2 years they've added new legends every year, so I'm sure we can expect some new legends. How many, who they are, I'm not sure. Will we be able to relocate our team in franchise mode and be able to create and edit the arena? And also, will ECHL teams be in HUT? So as I mentioned earlier, you can relocate your team, you can also edit the arena, your jerseys, all that stuff. And ECHL teams, I believe, will be in HUT. Every single league's in HUT. I'd assume ECHL also will be. Right here, guys, you can actually see a little screenshot of ECHL overalls. This was on the Ask NHL page, so pretty cool there to just kind of see what the overalls will be like. Next question, guys. Will NHL 17 have a new Stanley Cup presentation? So as far as I remember, it's a bit different. I don't think it's drastically different, but it is a bit different. Right here's even a screenshot they posted when the Pittsburgh Penguins won the Stanley Cup, and I don't know if that's a screenshot you could have gotten in the old game, so I think it'll be at least a little bit different. How different, I'm not sure. Will there be consumables in NHL 17, such as contracts, change teams, healing? So anything that has to do with chemistry in regards to consumables is gone, so change teams, change position. If I'm forgetting anything else, it's gone. Contracts are still in the game, and healing, I believe, is still in the game. Will there be solo challenges or gauntlet from Madden where you play every team in the league? So there's no solo challenges this year, but I know it is something they're looking into for future games. Can you relocate as many times as you want in GM? So you can and you can't. There's a setting on it where basically it's allowed relocate every time. If you have that turned on, then you can. If you have it turned off, it's authentic, or maybe if you're Arizona and you ask to relocate, they'll say yes. If you're Toronto, you ask to relocate, they'll say no. And of course, when you do relocate, it affects like your fans, it affects your team, it affects like how much money you're making. So you have to take that into consideration. It's probably not smart to constantly relocate, but I think it is doable if you have that setting turned off. Are there still player types, sniper, defensive, defenseman, hybrid, etc. in HUT? So there are still player types, they just no longer affect chemistry. So you can see that Crosby's a playmaker, Patrick Kane's a sniper, it just doesn't affect chemistry. Next question here, guys. Will the quit before the 1 minute rule, it doesn't count as a loss, still be in the game? So I haven't seen anyone cover this yet, but I don't think it's really groundbreaking for me to say this is actually gone. Now, as soon as the timer starts, it's game on. If you score in the first 10 seconds and they leave, it's a win for you. So happy they made this change. I hated scoring in the first minute, them leaving, and me not getting the win. And as far as I know, this goes across all game modes, ESHL, HUT versus. So huge news for me, I think. Huge news for you guys. It's an awesome change they made. Don't be sought-asked. Do contracts come with packs like Madden? So I wasn't really sure what he meant by this. I'm still not really sure what he means by this, but when I opened packs, contracts were in them. As far as I know, contracts are still in packs like they have been in previous games. So that's it for my NHL 17 Q&A. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned something. If you did, leave a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day. Goodbye.